Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Empowerment Reckless Podcast. My name is. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of an Empowerment Reckless Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tonight we are on episode 11. Episode is 11 is about health is wealth. We are definitely going to be speaking about health as wealth because it's very vital. And a lot of people don't tend to talk about it because they don't think it's serious. But I 100% believe that, you know, health is really wealth. So we're typically up here with about two other ladies, but they couldn't join us tonight. So now it's just me and Diamond gonna rock it out tonight amongst each other. So we hope you guys enjoy. So let's go ahead and get in. So Diamond, what exactly is health is wealth mean to you?
Well, health is wealth, meaning that whatever you decide to store into your body is, you know, maybe what's healthy and what's not healthy. So, meaning like what you eat is what you are. That statement that you say all the time. So, if I put junk food in my body, then, all of those toxics and everything is gonna just basically be, you know, in there. If I'm saying that right, I
Yeah,
can't explain
health
it
health,
properly.
health is wealth. It's because more so it means that health is basically considered the most valuable thing in your life. Like without health, you can't even become wealthy because you're not going to be able to produce results the way you need to be able to produce them because you're not healthy. So that's really the definition. You were right as well, but that's really the definition of health as well. So it's like in today's era, it's like so like obesity is on the rise. So many people are not, you know, eating right and things of that nature. So, and I honestly speak for myself. I don't always 100% eat the right foods. I may go out eat Wendy's if I'm on the go or Chick-fil-A, but that doesn't mean, that it's right. Like I always tell Diamond and when I talk to people, I'm like, when you eat good, you look good, you feel good. But when you eat bad, you look bad, you feel bad. And that's just really the honest theory. Because a lot of times when you eat a lot of heavy foods, you ask yourself like, oh my gosh, I'm so stuffed. You feel like I don't want to do anything. But then you ask yourself, if you
Mhm.
was eating like vegetables and salads and things like that, would you really feel like very lethargic? I don't think so. I think it's mainly because of the food and stuff that that you're putting inside of your body.
Correct. But it's like when you eat limited food, like you said, salads and things, you just feel so light. And then, which is a good thing. However, it's like your metabolism becomes a lot more stronger,
Hmm.
and it's like your appetite increases.
Yeah,
And
and that's true. That's very true. It's very true because your appetite will definitely increase. But that's why they tell you, eat a very strong breakfast, and then once you eat a strong breakfast, like have your little snacks in between. So like it can be, nuts, some fruits in between, and then come dinner time, you eat, a healthy meal as well. So it could be like lean protein chicken, a salad, some vegetables. So you gotta have that balance in between. You know what I mean? So that's why you won't be as hungry as you should. And it's also a mind thing. You gotta like train your mind to be like, okay, because we tell ourselves like, most of your gut feelings comes from your stomach. So your stomach is mostly the first one talking to you anyway. So if you're able to
mhm.
control, hunger, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that's true. However, a person such as myself, I'm a country girl, so I like to eat. And eating little meals here and there is not gonna fill me up. That's just a tease.
Yeah, but that's a mind thing. You know, as you just said, I'm a country girl. So you already have it embedded in your head, like, oh, I'm a country girl. I have to have this specific type of food. If I don't have this specific type of seasoning, it's not gonna taste right. You know, any of those things like that. So you already have it trained in your mind. So that's why I said you got to train your mind to really be like, I just have to do it. It's not even about the taste, about what I'm eating. I got to do it to make sure that I feel healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have tried it, and when I have tried it, it's just, I'm. It's like my appetite increased, and I just be so hungry. It's just like, okay, I could eat a salad. Let's just say for breakfast, I may eat a bowl of cereal, or
Hmm.
I may eat, some a piece of toast or a bagel or something. I'm fine for like a good 30 minutes. Then the next 45 minutes
Hmm.
I get something else. I'm hungry again. So it's like, I know you said, try to eat, a good breakfast, and then maybe a
Hmm.
snack, and then lunch, and then dinner. However, how does a person that eats throughout the day, all day, especially when you're at home most majority of the time,
Hmm.
how does that even work?
That's what you call discipline. You have to have discipline. You got to discipline yourself. I
When
mean,
you're
that's
in at
ultimately.
home and the refrigerator and everything is here.
Yeah, I get it. You have to, but you still have to have that discipline. It doesn't matter the circumstance. You really got to have that discipline. You know what I mean? If you have that discipline, and you're like, and first of all, you know, if you're starting to eat healthy, why are you putting all these crazy things inside of your the home? You already setting yourself up for failure. If you already made your mind up that you're going to eat healthy, and you're like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I got my mind made up. Then guess what? That's what you should be doing. Ultimately, that's exactly what you should be doing. But if you don't have your mind made up and it's just a game to you, you're not going to ever eat the right way that you're supposed to eat. That's why it
That's
takes a strong willed, disciplined person to really start any journey on health and eating right. You know, it's not an overnight process. It's definitely not. It definitely takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does, and I believe that I can do anything. I think it would just be more so of the snacking part, because I do like to snack a lot, and then limiting the decreasing the meals. That
Yeah.
would be a major step too, because I frequently get headaches a lot. So
Oh yeah. So you
even
got to
if
keep
I
your
miss
blood
a
level.
meal, yeah, even if I miss a meal, or you know, um, and I'm not on track the way my body is, how it's normal, how it expects me to eat on a regular, how I eat on a regular basis, and I get off
Mhm.
track. It's like my body automatically goes into shock, and it's just like my sugar gets low, and then I just get these migraine headaches, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and that's understandable. That's why I mean, you still gotta have to have something that balances out. It could be, you know, fruit, some nuts, something just to balance it out. We all know. Everybody said before, like dark chocolate is definitely good for you. A lot of people don't like dark chocolate, but it's actually good
I
for
don't like chocolate.
it's good for your heart. You know, it helps. So if your sugar is ever low, that's mainly what I would suggest to go and do. Again,
And who came
and I
up
just
with it?
I just
Who
want to
came
make
up
this
with that?
clear. I am not a doctor. Don't listen to anything I'm saying. This is my advice, things that I have tried on my own self. I just want to put that disclosure out there. Say, what did you say, Diamond?
I was just asking who came up with that dark chocolate
They studies,
is the best.
doctors, scientists, you know, theories that they all test out. So since we on that, what do you classify now? Like, are you like a vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian? What are you considered?
All of the above at the moment.
Okay, so let's unpack.
Besides the vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, all of that. I mean, because I eat everything. So I have tried the I have tried being vegan and vegetarian. It was a little rough. I
Hmm.
did it for like a week, and it was really tough. It
So,
was.
for people that don't know, what exactly is a vegan?
I get them a little mixed up, so don't quote me. I mean, help me a little bit. I know that vegan is the one that is just cold turkey, don't eat meat and no dairy products.
Yeah, a
And
person.
then
Yeah, a vegan
vegetarian,
is a person who does not eat anything pertaining to animals, anything
yeah,
derived from animals,
vegetarian,
any
yeah,
food, like no dairy, anything that you can specifically think of that's pertaining to an animal, dairy, they
yeah,
don't do it. No.
plant based only.
Yep. Like, and that's
And
fruit,
then
vegetables, and things of that nature.
yeah, and vegetarian, they're classified as they don't eat meat, but they still do intake dairy products.
Yeah. They
And then
no
pescatarian is
meat
just fish only.
and seafood. No, fish and
Yeah,
seafood.
fish and seafood.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So just to be clear, guys, a vegan is a person that does not eat any type of thing dealing with an animal, any dairy products, any of that nature. That's what a vegan is. Pescatarian, they eat fish and seafood. They still do like vegetarian, like vegetables and things like that, but predominantly their meat portion is fish and seafood. Vegetarian,
That's what I wanted to try.
they still can eat dairy, but they don't eat no meat at all. So all types of meat is cut out of their diet.
Yeah, that's what I at least wanted to try to do that instead of that winging it all the way through. At least that would be a major step than to just going cold turkey. But
Yeah, you
I
you
heard
gotta
that,
you gotta definitely take baby steps though.
yeah, but I heard seafood isn't good for you either.
Yeah, the bottom critters, the shrimp, they call those the critters. So a lot of that. See, I mean, but truth of the matter, since we being transparent, a lot of this food that's out, we don't know what they're putting in this food. Truth of the matter, everybody say, "Oh, you shouldn't eat
Nowadays.
this, you shouldn't eat that." You don't know what they're putting in your food. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really hard to depict because let's just be frank. I'm gonna just be honest. I done vegan for like a year, and when they started to come out with all these plant-based foods and meats from different places, like even Burger King got an Impossible Burger or all these things from like the grocery store, I was just looking like I don't trust it. Like I always say, the front is for entertainment, the back
Entertainment
is for
and the back
education.
is for education.
Exactly. So if you in the store and that food look good to you in the front, make sure you're reading the back of that package and understanding that, hey, okay, I need to read this to make sure I educate myself because it be so many different chemicals in there that you'll be like, oh my gosh, I know why am I putting this in my body? Like it tastes so good, but it's chemicals that you're putting inside of your body that you shouldn't be. You know what I mean? I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist or any of that, but I do educate myself well enough to know like I just don't read the front and say, oh, it looks good. I read the back too to educate myself. If it takes you almost an hour to stay in the grocery store, go when there's nobody there, read the back and the front of the package, and educate yourself. Educate yourself because you'll be surprised on what exactly that they are putting inside of these meals nowadays.
Yeah, I met this young lady this afternoon, and she was just telling me about her journey, about how she went vegan. She's been vegan for 6 years, and her son has
Mm-hmm.
been vegan for 5 years. And she just said, it was a struggle. She had tried it several times. However, it, going into a major transition like that, she said, you are going to try, multiple times, but you just got to keep trying. And then she also stated that, she didn't have a great support system, no one to
Mm-hmm.
support her. So she did a little research, and she found this trainer that ended up training her um to get into it. So she said she used them for about a month, and then she went on her own to do it. And she said she just felt like it was a calling for her to go vegan, and she just said, and then she met these great people that was on the vegan journey as well, and she just said it felt great, and her vibration was high. Her energy and all her levels was just immaculate, and she said it's
Yeah.
just been the best transition that she's ever had. And then she said that they were I asked her what stores did she shop at. She did say Publix has a great selection. She said that they were trying to purchase from a local farmer,
Farmers market.
instead of, no, not farmers market, but a actual farmer.
Oh, okay.
So she was like they were shopping there. However, it was just a little miscommunication, and they wasn't getting as much stock as needed. So
Oh
they
yeah.
had to take another
But that's
route.
definitely like that's crazy because you, like you said at the beginning, you first of all you have to have that motivation, like somebody that's there to support you and motivate you because you can't have nobody in there when you're trying to transition into like a new regimen. You have to have someone there for more support because it definitely can get hard, especially trying to eat right, especially with your when you're acclimated. It's just a certain taste or acquired taste. It's just
Mm-hmm.
certain things that you're going to look for. So definitely motivation and support is the first thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Second, like I said previously, it's not an overnight process. Like vegan is completely raw. It's like once you cut out everything, that's it. It's like it's no going back. You can't. It's no baby steps to it. It's just like you either got to do it raw or you don't do it at all because of
Mm-hmm.
what it is. Like dairy products contain animals, so you can't do it. It's no gray areas. You just have to completely go cold turkey. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like but like I said, we are you are what you eat. So you got to be cognizant of what you're putting inside of your body. I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
You want to feel healthy, you got to eat right. You got to eat right.
And she also mentioned to me too. She said, being that she has been on that regimen for so long, eating healthy, that when she doesn't do her normal schedule, it kind of causes her to be off balance. So she said
Hmm.
she gets up every morning, and she tries to exercise and meditate, and then try to eat breakfast. So
Right.
that's her schedule every day. So she said this morning she was off track, so everything was kind of out of whack. So she said her energy was a little off.
Hmm.
So when your body
And
is immune
that
to something,
happens
and
when
said,
you yeah when you so adjusted to something, your body doesn't know how to take it. Like it's like you training it. Like let's for example, a person that gets at 5 o'clock, they don't even have to have an alarm anymore because their body is already adjusted to that time. So once you
mm-hmm,
get adjusted to something, it's just your body will start to change in certain things. Like you may get, like you said, for example, you get headaches when you don't eat. You know for a fact you have to have a snack or something because throughout the day you're gonna get a headache because your body acclimates to that. Once you start eating a specific way, your body is gonna get adjusted to that way, and you don't have a choice
mm-hmm,
but to eat the way you need to eat because your body is gonna basically tell you and scream at you and say, "Hey, you're not feeding me on the schedule that you're supposed to feed me on. So let's get back on track."
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, exactly,
Do you feel like health is important than wealth?
absolutely. And I say that because um to get a little personal. So I did have kidney stones like last year. And so this was my first time ever like experiencing kidney stones ever. So previously, I would drink water here and there, but I've never been like a water drinker
Mm-hmm.
unless the water is like ice cold. That's the only way I could really drink water, or it would have to be flavored. So I really was like a soda drinker, like vanilla Coke. Like I love vanilla
Mm-hmm.
Coke. And so I was just having back pain one day, and the pain was like so excruciating, like it was worse than labor. and then come to find out that I had a kidney stone or whatever. So
Mhm.
the doctor was like, they're the size of this, and you gotta flush it out and things in that nature or whatever. So of course, me only being in my late 20s, I never thought that I could be diagnosed with something like that at a young age. And then automatically in my mind automatically reverts to, okay, well, am I gonna have like kidney malfunction, or
Mhm.
have to be on dialysis or
So you already go
anything
to the
like that?
red. You already
Yeah,
going to the
because
red.
you know I never, because everybody say water is important. You need to have at least 8 glasses a day, but I wasn't even consuming not even a glass a day, maybe just a half a bottle. You know what I mean? So yeah, that kind of was like a scare for me. So once I got rid of the first one, I was just like, no, like I definitely have to take my health a little more serious. And then consuming the things that I do eat. I've had acne as a teenager, but as I got older, as far as in my um adult ages, the acne did disappear and then it came back. So the things that I'm eating, I did notice a lot of changes as far as like acne and things like that. So yeah, I think that health is more important, because whatever you're eating and whatever you consume, it does take a toll. It does take a
Mhm.
toll on your body in all different
Absolutely.
type of ways.
I agree. Yeah, because when it's just like it's like when you eat sugar, like and you stop, it's like a withdrawal you have. Your body has a withdrawal on sugar, sweets, and things of that nature. So, you like you said, especially drinking a Diet Coke, that's an additive right there. You get addicted to that sugar. That's why it was certain
Yes.
things, you was having withdrawal, like, oh my gosh, I can't leave this drink alone, like because you was addicted to it. And then when you stopped drinking, it was like your body was craving it because that was all it was used to for all those years. Sodas, juices,
Hmm.
and all those things. And honestly, that's a major key for like acne and things like that. Like I don't care what nobody say. I drink my water all the time. Like it keeps your face, you know, smooth. Keeps your face smooth, and you don't have to worry about getting
But
acne.
yeah,
Because
like especially females, drinking all of those sodas and things like that, for us women. I don't know. I'm not really sure about for the men aspect. It does cause like, not drinking your water and things cause your pH balance to be off and things like that. But I never had that type of experience not drinking water, but just the kidney stones. But yeah, it's very, very vital that we
mhm,
try to eat right.
you
I,
have to.
I feel like one day out of the week you can have a cheat day. I do feel like that is okay. Do you think that's okay?
It's nothing wrong with the cheat days, but what gets me is when you have the cheat days, your cheat day turn to days. That's the issue. If you don't have the discipline to be like, okay, I'm gonna have this one cheat day and then I'm going back hardcore, vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, it's not gonna work. You got to be a strong-minded person. You got to have discipline because if it's not gonna work. So it's nothing wrong with cheat days. I feel like, especially when you're in the starting process, like, okay, I want to be a vegan. You starting out, yeah, have that cheat day. But again, once your body get acclimated to what eating schedule you're on, like if you're being a
Hmm.
vegan, pescatarian, or vegetarian, your body is going to naturally just be like no to anything else that you're trying to present it.
Right.
So yeah.
So do you think our body, so let's just say for you, I don't know how your body, so if let's just say for instance, if your body is used to a certain thing and then you transition to something else and it rejects it, do you just continue the same day and try again, or do you wait like a couple of days, a week, or a month before trying again?
I try to stay consistent with everything I do in my life, so I try to stay consistent with it. But sometimes eating good, eating healthy can be, like I said, it can be challenging. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys oh, it's easy. It's very challenging, but it can, however, it can be done. You can do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You definitely can do it. It's just the fact that, it's mind over matter type of situation. You definitely can do it because ultimately the goal is here is to become healthy so you can be able to push yourself to the fullest max of the potential of your life that you want. You can't be sick trying to push yourself to the potential max because it's not, it'll work. Don't get me wrong. Cause I know people that are sick and still, make their dreams come true. But it's just when you're in a much healthy space, like I said, you eating good, you look good, you feel good. That just goes over and supersedes everything.
So, do you believe that? So, you know how our immune system is set up. So, do you
Mhm.
feel like when we get sick, it's because of the food that we intake, or do you just believe it's because we've been exposed to, different type of germs or things in that nature?
Yeah, sick. I mean, honestly, your immune system, that's what it's there for, to fight off infections. So when you get sick and you fight off those infections, that means your immune system is really working. Even people that go to the gym, they sometimes get sick. But I honestly, when I used to go to the gym consistently and eat right, I sporadically, when I say sporadically got sick, I really sporadically got sick. You know what I mean? So I think it's that person's body. That's what I think it is. I really honestly think it's that person's body. You know, you you never know.
Yeah, and then, especially with COVID going on, most people are not, trying to go into stores and do shopping, or, maybe just started um ordering, may have started eating takeout a lot. So,
Hmm.
society probably has the, I wouldn't say the rates have increased with weight gain. I'm not
Hmm.
sure. I haven't checked the stats. But I know that a lot of people have taken a hard hit with COVID as well.
Yeah, COVID. I mean, you couldn't do anything with COVID. You kind of was just like staying in the house. All you could do was really eat, eat, eat. That's it. So a lot of habits was picked up. A lot of obesity and things of like that was increased because that's all you could do. It was nothing you really could do. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, it's discipline. Even if you at the house and you like, I can't make it to the gym. Discipline. Work out at home. You know what I
I feel like
mean?
you don't get the same results at home that you would in the gym.
I feel like, well, a lot of people work out different. Some people need a machine, some people manual. If you are doing a manual, why wouldn't you get the same results?
Because I feel like certain things that you do at home you can't do at the gym. So if you're targeting a certain area of your body, you can't do that at home because it may require you to use weights. You know what I mean? So if you don't have any weights at home, I mean, yeah, you could go buy some, but
Right. That's the key. You can go buy some. You don't have to always you can go and buy some. You could buy weights, you could buy the jump ropes, you could buy your sweatsuit. It's really honestly no excuse because you have access at the palm of your hand. Let's just be frank. We all use Amazon, we all use Prime, we all utilize the platforms that we need on a daily basis to make sure we have all the essentials we need. It's honestly no excuse. It's really just us making up our mind of whether or not we're going to do it or not. That's honestly what it is. You know, you
I
gotta you gotta show up and deliver every single day, no matter what the circumstances is.
yeah, that's true. I just feel like it's not really. I feel like even if you give 10 minutes, t- 10 minutes at home working out, I feel like that's something is better than nothing. However, I just feel
Mhm.
like it's a little more different when you're inside the gym because you're actually physically there, and you may see other people, and that may just be a motivation for
Motivation,
someone
scene of
else.
environment, scene of
Exactly.
environment. Yeah, I
So
mean, change the
that may just be
scenery.
a motivation for someone else, especially just being at home, especially if you don't have a support system and you're just following the instructor on the TV. So I mean,
Hmm.
it could go both ways. I mean, everybody's different. So.
But yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, but all that it all boils down to one thing: your thoughts, your mind. You know what I mean? If you get in your mind, I know people that was 200, 300 pounds that didn't go to the gym. They changed how they ate, watched TV, worked out at home, and they lost weight. You know what I mean? It's everybody is different, and I know some people that go to the gym that hasn't lost weight, but go every day. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, it could
every,
be something. It could be something that they're not doing properly.
exactly. So that's what I'm reverting back to what you said. Like going to the gym doesn't necessarily mean that you have to. You know, everybody's different. You don't have to always go to the gym because you can be going to the gym and not getting results, and vice versa. You could be staying at home and not getting the results. It's all. That's why I said what I just said. That it all reverts back to the person. It reverts back to you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So
Some
you
people
know,
may, just need that additional like
yeah,
training, maybe
that
need a
push.
trainer or
Mhm.
something.
And it's not, and it's nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's what they need, then yeah, absolutely go to the gym. I mean, that's a billion dollar industry, the gym. And you know what's actually pretty interesting to me is that when it comes to the medicine industry, the medicine industry in 2020 was up at 1.27 trillion dollars. The fitness industry this year, as of 2020, I mean of last year, 2021, was up $32.9 billion. We got to do
Oh,
better. We got to do
right,
better because if the medicine industry is up higher than the fitness, that's a problem.
right.
That's a problem. Which leads me to my next point of why do we get like why are we so comfortable just being put on medication versus changing the way we eat every day or changing the way our livelihood is when it comes to food. We're okay with going to the doctor and say, hey, you know what the doctor says, I'm gonna put you on the medicine. We're okay to pick the medicine up. But in truth of the matter is those little baby steps or steps period can change your outlook when it comes to your health.
Well, me honestly, I've never really had any health elements to make me have to take any medication. However, I do believe that if I have a headache, yeah, I will take it. I will take it. If I have stomach cramps, I will take it. But if I'm sick or something, I mean, it really depends. I'd have to be really really sick for to make me take medicine, but I do try to maybe take like a vitamin or something, or
Mm-hmm.
I did try the sea moss that you told me about. I did try that, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I never really had any health elements to make me take any medication. I do try not to take it now. Because what I know now, if I have a headache, or I will try to like sleep it off, or if I have
Mm-hmm.
cramps, I'll just try to lay down and try to sleep it off. But if it doesn't help, then um, I will take it. But I feel like certain medications are needed for certain diagnoses because some things just can't be
Well,
taken.
that's true. But before we like kind of go forward into that, we're gonna go forward into that. But I want to kind of pause and stay in this section for a minute because you stated that when it comes to the medicine and stuff like that, never really had to take medicine. The truth of the matter is, what I just said in the beginning is instead of us changing our ways of how we eat and what we drink and all these things, we just continue to do it until it's like, okay, now the doctor's present. And I say that is your kidney stone problem came because of what? You decided that you did not want to drink what you're supposed to do. Or even if you I'm not gonna say drink what you're supposed to do, drink what you're supposed to. If you would have drank sufficient amount of water, you would have most likely not have had a kidney issue because you would have done what you're supposed to. You would have been drinking water along with soda here and there, but you still would have been drinking your water. You would have been getting the essentials that your body need in order. Like we all know, You cannot sit here and drink a 2 liter soda every single day and not expect to have kidney issues. And it just goes back to what I just said, is that a lot of us are so comfortable with just either, oh, I wait, something happens, I go to the doctor, instead of changing your habits, your eating habits, your drinking habits before you even get to that point. We so comfortable with, oh, I'll just wait till I get to the doctor, or I'll wait until something happens. No, change in that moment. Eat right, drink right. You know that your body, you only get one life, one body. So you got to make sure that you are taking care of your body at all costs. It's not no, oh, I'll do this on this day, or I'll do this on the next day. No, you need to do it right then and there. This is your body. Only one body that you have. So it's not no pushing it off and saying, oh, you know what, I'm gonna just wait until, something happens, or if I'm feeling good, I'm just gonna try it then. No. You gotta start eating right, drinking right. Like all those things matter.
You're absolutely right. And I'm not saying that I do that now because I'm not perfect, and I still have my days where I could do better, and I know that I may not supposed to be drinking this or eating that, but like they say, hard head make a soft behind. But I'm better than what I was. Let's
Hmm.
just say that, better than what I was.
And that's a good thing, because eventually that's what I'm saying. Luckily you got it and nipped it in the bud before it got to where it got to, because that comes to all those other things like dialysis, all those different things that you could have been on if you just would have kind of done what you're supposed to do. But like I said, I'm not no saint. I eat stuff, drink stuff that I'm not supposed to. I mean, I don't smoke. I'm free. I don't drink. I don't do anything. And I don't knock anybody that does. I just don't. For me, just feel like smoking and drinking is any enhancements to me. I don't even like the way alcohol smells.
Yeah, never smoked. Tried it, yeah, but just never was my thing. Drinking, yes. Only really on occasions, really. And then I used to just have a
Can you come
glass
up
of.
some for the camera, because your camera is going in and out?
Can you see me now?
Hmm.
Um, as I was stating, drinking, I did occasionally, but nothing hardcore. And then just having maybe a glass of wine at home at late at night. But now I don't do anything because I don't want to cause any flare ups or anything, or even trigger having another kidney stone. So I just don't do either.
Right. So, since because you did kind of chime in and started to go into it, why why don't we trust doctors? Or and why do some people trust doctors, and why do some people trust doctors?
Well, I would say on my end, I feel like it's all a money game. The people that don't trust them because they just feel like they can just write you a prescription and it's gonna cure whatever. But no, because if you actually do your research, some of the time the medicine doesn't even have anything to do with what you've been diagnosed with, and then it has all
Hmm.
these other type of side effects that triggers other health elements. So I just feel like that's one reason people may not um, trust the doctors. And then two, I feel like the people that do trust doctors is because they don't know any better. That's all they're used to. Because if they get sick, they just say, "Okay, let's just go to the doctor," and
Hmm.
they'll fix it. Typical. Oh, I'm gonna go to the emergency room and get an antibiotic or whatever, and that'll fix the issue. Or I'm gonna call my primary primary physician and tell them what's going on, and you know that'll fix the issue. But 9 out of 10, if you go to the doctor these days, most doctors not even informative. If you ask them, what does this medicine entails, they can't even tell you. The they'll just tell you enough to get you comfortable to leave out the
Hmm.
door to take it.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I have had my share with doctors in the past, and I used to always like be like, "Why are you trying to prescribe me medicine? Like, I'm not a guinea pig. You're not gonna keep prescribing me medicine. If anything, help me get better with it. Whatever I'm working on, like I always like to use this analogy. A clogged artery only happens when you are eating the food that you're not supposed to, the fattening food that would clog your arteries. But let's just take a step further. If you reverse that and completely don't eat that foods, what's going to happen? Your arteries is not going to be clogged anymore. You know what I mean? So instead of them teaching you and telling you these things, okay, well, you know what? Go ahead and work out, go to the gym, walk every day, eat the healthy foods. They do tell you to eat the healthy foods, but they do really be quick to put you on the medicine. That's why for me, I
Right.
like to really deal with holistic doctors, or I like to deal with doctors that understand me. Like truth of the matter, I have a great, when I say I have a great doctor, like if I ask her for anything, like she does anything that I ask her to do. It doesn't matter the circumstance. She does anything that I ask her to do pertaining to my health. And she's very cerning, like she's very concerned about my health. And that's the type of doctor I want. And I'm gonna say it's not always a lot of bad doctors out here, but there are some doctors that just let the
Yes, it
system down.
is.
There are just some doctors that really let the system down or let you down, period. Because it's like some of them are just in it for the money. Like if you really think about it, here it is, you got stuck with a bill for like $5,000 just to go to the doctor for 10 minutes just to say that you got a cold. But because you haven't
Exactly.
but because you haven't met your deductible, you just paid a $2,000 bill to a doctor because you haven't met your deductible only for 10 minutes. I just feel like that specific highway robbery is not okay with me. Like, robbery is okay with me, but that specific robbery, like, no, that's
And what gets
no.
me is that you may have went to this primary, you may have went to this doctor for 2 years, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that something may have happened with your insurance, no matter if it lapsed or
Mm-hmm.
even if you try to make a payment arrangement to pay on it just to go back to the facility, they say no, you have to pay the whole balance in full before you can even be seen. I feel like that's ridiculous because you're telling me that I could be really on my dying bed and you're telling me in order for me to be seen, a balance has to be paid off. I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like honestly, we're just another science project that they're just
Mm-hmm.
writing prescriptions for to put in their body and labeling us as another number. Like, oh, okay, this is another count who took this medicine. Like, it's
Right.
ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's
the thing is though, is like when it comes to that, it's like you really, I mean, honestly, you really got to do your own research on yourself because a
exactly.
lot of sometimes like the doctors, you'll go to them, you be like, well, something is wrong with me, and it's like I have had it done to me. I have had like an issue transpire with me. It may have been something with my heart or something, and I know that I have went to like 10 doctors just to specify what's going on, and everybody said a different thing. So of course, you become frustrated and discouraged, like, oh my gosh, am I going to die? You go in panic mode because every doctor has said different things. And I know the doctors are different, but if you are practicing in the same field, why am I getting different answers if I'm elucidating and explaining my issue to you the exact same way I explained to the last doctor? That's what I just don't
Because they're
understand.
just giving you the surface. They're just telling you enough to get you comfortable to give you enough information to make you to take a little of that worry down, but not actually digging enough
Digging
to
enough
get
to really
inside to
figure
see
out,
exactly what's
yeah.
going on.
Right,
Yeah,
because I'm the type of person I want test runs. I want all tests to be run on me. I don't care the cost. That's the type of person I am because this is my body. I value my health over my wealth. I don't care how much the test costs. If it's a $3,000 test, give it to me. I want you to run the test to see. But even with that, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't care how much you have to find as greatest in tests. Those tests can be malfunction too. So it's like either way it goes is like you don't know, but eventually someone you do have to put your trust into, a specific doctor or certain things like that. And I just say that because I keep reverting back. I really have a good doctor. If I ask her to run a test, she's gonna run it. If she doesn't care about the insurance, she knows that I want what's best for me and my health. So if it takes having to run 5,000 tests and they cost 10,000. Hey, I guess that's what it takes. You know what I mean? But I do believe that, even if you run these certain tests and if it's really honestly your time to go, it's just that's just life. You know what I mean? So I don't want everybody to get confused. Like, yeah, you can do these many tests, but if it's true for the matter, if God really ready to take your life, it's your time. It's your time.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of because I did hear that instead of taking medicine, you can do the whole holistic thing, or
Hmm.
you can take, like, say for instance, if you have a headache, you could take lavender, rub it behind your ears or something
Hmm.
like that. Um, or they have this other technique. It's done by Chinese, but I can
Oh, you could
I
do like it's the different punctures on your body. No, it's not. It's not really the acupunctures, but it is like certain pinpoints that you can hit on your body. Like for example, one of the main ones that helps with the headaches, and I'm showing you guys, is like right here. Your thumb and your forefinger. That portion right there alone. So that's a part too. So you definitely want to be able to, when it comes to your health, you want to be educated on exactly what it is that you're thinking about and doing. You don't want to have it where you're just like, I'm going in here, I'm not educated on, these doctors are telling me anything, they're prescribing you all this type of medication, and when they're prescribing you this type of medication, it's just like, okay, what do you want me to do with that? I want you to take all this medication. Okay, I want you to take all this medication, I want you to come back for 30 days. In 30 days, once you come back in 30 days, we're going to see how that works. But if you think about it, by that time you come back in 30 days, something else done transpire with your health. So now you're on this specific medication, and now something else has transpired in your health, and you're just like, okay, doctor, now I took this medication, but this has happened to me. And we all know that side effects is it's low ratio of anything really happening to you, but it can happen. That's why they always say, side effects are etc. Whatever it is. So things like that can happen, but it's sad, unfortunately, because it's like you think you're taking a medication to cure one thing, and then you take another one, and it's just to open up in something else with you. So it's like you really have to be cognizant of that. So that's why I
yeah,
feel about that whole medication and things of that nature.
yeah, and then you know, especially the gentleman that you used to follow, Dr. Sebi.
I
Um,
still follow him.
yeah, I heard a lot of people try his techniques. Like a
Hmm.
lot of cancer survivors and things like that. They said that it really does work.
Yeah, he has a lot of different. What's crazy is his stuff is so popular that every time that I try to get on the website to order anything that he has, like the sea moss, like the raw sea, I can't get anything because he's always sold out. He's always sold out. But he's definitely Dr. Sebi is I mean he tells you about all those things like from alkaline water, the sea moss, the raw sea moss, even getting the sea moss. And honestly, I never used to like sea moss, but until I got to the fact that they make sea moss now with like flavoring, I was like, okay, great, I could take it. But I used to just take the raw sea moss, the liquid kind, and just honestly put it in my smoothie, and you couldn't even tell that it was in there. I used to drink it every single morning.
Hmm.
It's,
Yeah.
it's so many different things that you can do. I mean, prime example is like waking up in the morning, getting some hot water, and putting the lemon inside of the hot water. That helps with
That's
digestive
detox.
and yeah, cycling things in your body. That helps as well too. So
Release
it's
the
just like I said, the
toxins.
little right. Yeah, and I'm in the Atlanta market. So if you are in Atlanta market, they have a really great health food store in Atlanta. I think it's called Seven Nanda Natural Foods Market. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. They open up every single day at 8 a.m. It's over there by Edgewood. So if anybody is in the Atlanta market and you know anything about the area, it's in the Edgewood market, and they sell a lot of healthy products. They even sell the sea moss as well too.
Does Sprout sell sea moss? I never even think I've
No,
seen it.
I don't think they sell it. But that would be great if they did. That would be
Yeah, because
really
they have
good.
a lot of organics and natural foods in there. I just thought I've never seen sea moss in there.
Yeah, I don't think they have yeah, I don't think they have sea moss in there. I don't think so. But I mean, I will just tell you guys, encourage you, if you do are you looking to kind of convert over to vegan pescatarian, do your own research. Do your own research. Start off with baby steps and take it that way. Don't try to just cold. If you want to be raw and cold turkey,
You know,
that's going
kudos
to
to
be
you.
fine. Right.
Right. So how is your diet now? Are you looking to change your diet or anything?
Yeah, I want to go back. I really honestly want to go back to vegan. I thought about doing pescatarian, but then I'm like, I don't like the roaches, which is I always call the shrimp. So I want to really go back to like vegan. You know what I mean? I like I said, I was for a year, and then I met someone, and then when I met that person, kind of got off track and just got comfortable. And that person didn't really have anything to do with it. It was really me. I just got comfortable. They started coming in, cooking great meals. I was just like, okay, well, you know what? This is different for me. This is a different taste, everything. So I kind of got, hooked on that specific type of food, which, now I'm trying to wean myself off. Like, okay, no, I got to do moderations. I gotta, and honestly, truth of the matter is, I'm home majority of the time, unless I'm traveling or something like that. I'm home, so it's like the kitchen is right there. So I try to not buy so many snacks and put them in the pantry that I know that I'm going to like and enjoy. So I try to, instead of picking up that Debbie cake, I try to pick up those apples. You know what I mean? Something that you guys should try picking up that in this is a nighttime snack. Don't pick up that ice cream. Just pick up an apple, some peanut butter. Even though they all say peanut butter make you have nightmares, which sometimes it is true. I don't know. I think it's just all a myth, but you know, those things go a long way.
So what is your weakness? What food item is your weakness that it would be hard for you to let go?
Hmm, I think it's the chips. It's really the chips. I think for me, it's chips. Like, I don't know. I love my chips. What about you? Pound cake,
Mm, I don't eat that every
bread,
day.
bread. I know for a fact bread. I know for a fact bread.
Um, yeah, it would be bread for me. I just love bread. It would be bread, and I have to have like M&Ms. I love bread and M&Ms.
Well, you can have your M&Ms, but just start changing it to dark chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not really supposed to have nuts like that per my doctor
Hmm.
because that causes kidney stone flare ups. But I don't eat it like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, bread is definitely my weakness.
Right.
Any type of bread, honestly.
It's crazy because honestly, studies show that like the most healthiest food to eat is like fish, broccoli, I think like beets, spinach, kale, all those different things. I honestly don't like any of those things up there besides fish. I used to eat tilapia fish, but then when I found out exactly the dynamics between tilapia, I'm just like, ugh, I don't like it anymore. So
Yeah, I used to like it. I don't either.
yeah. But they say those things like mangoes, almonds, kale, they're the most healthiest food that you can eat. I just feel like this.
Yeah.
Like I always say in every podcast, how you do anything is how you do everything. So when I say that, I'm mainly meaning that once you stick to a diet and you stick to it every single day, it becomes easier and easier. That's what people don't understand. When they start doing, and I'm not saying when they start doing all these changes in foods and stuff, I feel like if you give me one meal, I can eat that specific meal every single day. I won't get tired of it just because it's like I'm training my mind to do anything. So I feel like how you do anything is everything. So if you train your mind to just eat that specifically every single day, and it's covering everything from like your protein, all those different things, I feel like it can be done.
Right. It can be.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it can be done. You have some
Yeah,
more?
I do try to um look on Pinterest and find some type of healthy meal sometime.
Yeah, Pinterest is definitely your best friend. Or if you got the money to do it, hire you a nice little chef. Come in, a couple of days a week and cook you some food.
Why
I
is that
mean,
always your response?
because honestly, I used to meal prep, but I kind of got out of the fact of doing it. I just feel like some people are good at doing things like that, and that's their they like to do things like that. I'm a type of person that like to pay people for their services, so I feel like if that person can cook or something like that and they want to come and cook, yes, absolutely. Be my meal prepper and prep my food and I'm gonna pay you. That's what people God placed on this earth for everybody to have a unique purpose and skill. So that's their purpose. So I don't mind paying a person for their purpose as long as they're good at it. Because honestly, my life is so chaotic that sometimes I don't have time to even go to the kitchen. Even though I preach that you should make time, yeah, I listen, my days are so chaotic and productive that sometimes I don't even have the time to cook. I'm like, okay, like we always do. It's easier for us to just go ahead and conveniently go grab something from Zaxby's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A because it's so convenient. But truth of the matter, if you take that $40 to $50 that you spend on a day on food
And
and
buy
stuff,
some groceries.
that's groceries, and we all know. Let's just be frank. I will say this, and I know this for a fact. Eating healthy definitely is a situation where you're gonna spend some money. It costs
Oh
to eat
yeah.
healthy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I go to the store and I get like 7 items, and I'm spent like $50 on 7 items, and I'm like, what the heck did I get? But it honestly costs to eat healthy. So I don't have a problem with that because I spend $100 on honestly on crazy stuff. So my advice to you is if you're spending $100 on some name brand item, you can invest that $100 into your health, a gym membership yourself.
So do you believe in eating those box dinners and meals that they have like in the frozen department?
Yeah. Um, you know, to each his own. I don't really mind it. I mean, if it's like a little snack or something like that, then it just really depends on what it is. I mean, honestly, I just feel like this. You can't put no Salisbury steak inside of a box. That's just honestly my feeling. You cannot put a Salisbury steak inside of a box and expect for that to be really your steak that's really good. Like when I see those stuff, I'm like Salisbury steak. Like, come on. Like, for example, they just came out with this little Debbie ice cream. I ain't gonna lie. I like strawberry shortcake. But I didn't even go get the ice cream. I'm just like, okay, now you're taking it too far.
Oh, I'm sure it was tempting.
It was super tempting. But like I said, that front was entertainment and that back was, education. So when you look at the back and you see all that, and you like, what? All this stuff? No, I'm not gonna eat it. Like, no, it was so tempting. I'm not even gonna lie, it was so freaking tempting. But I didn't get it. I just was really shocked to see that they came out with ice cream after you already got the Debbie cakes. The Debbie cakes ain't no good for you. Now you putting the ice cream. Oh my gosh, like yeah. And that stuff, it tastes so good to you, but then when it's going inside your body, it's just like sitting there, just sitting there.
Hmm. Exactly. So what time do you think is a good cutoff time to stop eating?
I feel like to train yourself, I would say to train yourself like 6 o'clock. I feel like 6 o'clock is the best time, and then you drink some water, or you got some fruit, maybe a little bit late, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I feel like that's good that you can do, but I feel like 6 o'clock. I mean,
And then what
that
time for
snacking overnight
breakfast?
makes you gain weight. Snacking overnight like makes you gain weight. It really does.
And what time do you think for breakfast and lunch?
I mean, whatever time you get up, like if you get up at 5 o'clock, you go. I mean, everybody regimen is different. Like my regimen, I used to get up in the morning, 5 o'clock, go to the gym, come back, grab me something to eat, and then sometimes I may not even eat. It just really depends on my mood. I may drink some water, and because when you're working out, and your metabolism is trying to catch up, it's like you may not just be hungry. You may you can drink some water and you full. Like, oh man, I'm already full. You know what I mean?
Good point.
So yeah, it just definitely depends. But yeah, so you know what, guys, it we've been up here for like an hour giving you guys some great jewels. So we are definitely going to go ahead and get out here and wrap it up. Diamond's going to take us out, and then before she take us out, let me go ahead and give you guys my quick little quote. Understanding this, health is not valued until a sickness comes. The best investment that you will ever make in yourself is your own health. And with that being said, appreciate your health. Take the baby steps. Start the day. Not, oh, I'm gonna start 6 months. Not, I'm gonna start at the beginning of the year. Not, I'm gonna start March 1st. Start it today, please. You know what I mean? I know you people probably have family, kids. They want to be able to be around for it. I'm sure you guys want to be able to run around with those little babies. Just stay healthy. And like I always said, how you do anything is how you do everything. Now, Diamond, take us out.
Yes. So, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 11 with us. It has been a great discussion as always. And, you know, just taking in what everything that Ashley said, um, it doesn't hurt just to start. And not saying that you have to go cold turkey, but just start, because that can be a life changing event for you. So, that's all you got to do. And if you haven't a struggle or need some type of motivation, we are here to support you through all of it. So there's no need to be nervous or worried or anything. We're here. We got your back. So if you guys want to reach out and need us for anything or have any questions, concerns, don't forget you can email us at info@empowermentrecklesspodcast.com. You also can contact us on Instagram, empowerment_reckless podcast. And don't forget, we got the YouTube channel. You guys can feel free to comment on there as well. But don't forget to make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, repost, all of that. And we thank you for the love thus far because y'all have definitely been tuning in and showing so much love. And we just thank you. And this is definitely a blessing. Like, thank you guys so much. So, with that being said, we will catch you guys on what is it,
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yep, we'll catch you guys on
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So,
hmm
we'll see you guys on Wednesday. And
this is part of our health. We gotta take a day off. We give you guys Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. We definitely gotta take a day off for to
yeah,
get our mental together and come back strong as we always do every single week. So, we definitely appreciate you guys. And I thank you. And you guys have a great night. Good night.
good night.